Well, this is going to be a video on a mark, basically marks. If you don't know what a mark is, wrestling, that is basically the current wrestling fans. When I was a younger person, you used to be able, you could have said I was a mark. I was a mark for ECW product. I was a mark for Attitude Era. I was a mark for Vince Russo. I was a mark for TNA, specifically between the 2007 and 2011. I really liked that product. I was a mark. Marks now generally are wrestling purists, and they're people who have this very strong, unreasonable opinion that they won't discuss with anyone else. Most of them won't. They're very disrespectful, and they do a lot of things that are honestly harmful. They don't like Vince Russo, who wrote largely the portion of wrestling that I watched or liked and got me into it, and a number of other things. The person I'm going to be talking about now, and I can't remember his video, but I might link it in the comment section or the description. And I think I might have even saved it to my last pay-per-view. Not pay-per-view, a playlist I was going to make. I might have saved it. But honestly, even though I think he was kind of trying to defend the Attitude Era from some of these people, it still left kind of a bad taste in my mouth to the point where I didn't even want to make a wrestling playlist anymore. Just because, it really kind of pissed me off. But it was about the Attitude Era where they got 8 million fucking viewers, by the way, 8 to 9 million viewers, just so you know. Again, that's 8 to 9 million viewers a week. 7s, 8s, 9s towards the end of 99, early 2000, they were getting 9 million viewers a fucking week. But here's the thing. You don't like the numbers and the ratings like Vince Russo says, because Vince Russo followed the numbers. He followed damn ratings, and you don't like that because you can't control that. And you're trying to push a fucking agenda, this kind of social justice warrior agenda in many cases, where you decide what other people like. And a lot of you also are wrestling marks. Now, Dave Meltzer, I don't know his main primary issue. I think he's more of a wrestling mark. He wants to see more matches, longer matches, and he wants to see matches that he can get fake star ratings to, and he doesn't even have a limit or a cap to the star rating. And that's really where it became ridiculous, is where he started giving matches 6-star ratings. Well, it was always 5 stars. So you can't just, well, I'm upping it 1. So, 10 years from now, if you give something a 20-star rating, what the hell does that make the 6-star rating? How the hell is anyone supposed to tell how good a match was based on your stupid star rating? It's absurd. That's where you became absurd and ridiculous, even more than you already were. But beyond that, and you want to talk about they don't treat women with respect, and look at how they treat women as sex objects. Gee, I wonder when you had a bunch of these women and some of the men too, basically, as Vince Russo would say, metaphorically, of course, castrating you and telling you what an asshole you was over a thing you misspoke about. Because you said one of the chicks had gained a weight, and of course you weren't saying she was fat, but you said she was slower in the ring. Gee, I wonder how you liked that treatment of women. So how should we treat women? Should we treat men, and how should we treat the men? Like garbage? So exactly what is your fucking point? And again, this is the problem with the social justice warrior bullshit. It's always whenever the fucking something happens that you don't like, for whatever reason, because you want to act self-righteous and virtue signal to everyone else, or whatever your fucking problem is. But when someone else says or does something on a TV show or in real life or in an interview or anything else that you don't have a problem with, you don't want to fucking talk about it now, do you? But the ratings don't lie. So you say at one point, there was a guy, comment he saw on Twitter, I guess on his fucking Twitter page, Hector, all the homophobia, sexism, and racism. Of course, no one knowing about these things would want to see that crap today. Well, first of all, I would like to disagree, and I would like to object to that one. Well, first of all, unless you count 96, and I sometimes do, but unless you count 96 as the beginning of the Attitude Era, it technically didn't start until 97. The homophobia involved the Goldust character in 1996. There was no homophobia in 1997 at the beginning of the Attitude Era. And second of all, Goldust's character was largely never confirmed to be a gay man or even a bisexual man. No one really knew what he was, but he largely played mind games with his opponent. And it started in 95, and I don't think anyone would say 95 was the beginning of the Attitude Era. At first, he wasn't even gay. Then he began to sexually harass his opponents during the matches as a form of comedy. Is also as a form of storytelling. Rico was another example later on. 97 did not have homophobia. 98, 99 did not. There was, in fact, even edgier pro-gay messages. I thought things that were not anti-gay in wrestling at that time that was much more pro-gay. as far as the sexual stuff, really, or the sex, and I don't know what you mean by racism. I didn't see much racism, but as far as the sexism, certainly. But I'm sure you would like to illuminate or enlighten us on that one. And I'm sure whatever it is, we wouldn't agree, and it's only goddamn based on your perspective because you want to control the narrative because you make money off this shit and you're political whores. But anyways, moving forward, the sexism, there was no sexism. That was sexual wrestling. When Sable was making millions of fucking dollars a year, and she's the biggest wrestler at one point in the company, other than Stone Cold, and China is the second biggest, and she's beating men for male wrestling titles. That's not fucking sexism. But beyond that, and you're talking about storyline and character, a part of the TV show that you don't understand because you're too damn dumb and dense to fucking figure that out, and that's your fucking problem. But second of all, it's part of 5 to 6 million other goddamn people that don't watch this anymore. And I even heard Secular Talk, who, by the way, is very left ring, much like myself, but doesn't buy into a lot of this dumb shit. And there are other people, the Amazing Atheist has talked about it, who like wrestling in the Attitude Era and Ruthless Aggression Era from the year of 96 to 2007. They don't watch anymore, and that's about 5 to 6 million people because they were getting ratings in the 7, 8s, and 9s. And if you want to look at how big this shit was, I recommend a much better video series named Breakdown. The breakdowning is basically breaking down the comparison between the ratings of WCW and WWE, especially if WWE became edgier. And thanks to the writing largely of someone these people hate, Vince Russo, who talks about this, they were getting 7, 8s, and 9s in the fucking rating, probably 9s. And 2000 did better only because of, and even if you really look at it, it didn't do better than 99 to a certain extent. But to the extent it did do better, it did better based off the 99 year, based off of what Vince Russo did. 2000 did better based on 99. 2001, if people weren't watching for edgy content and hot girls and Sable's tits and Val Venus and the dick jokes and the hardcore matches and all that stuff and the vampires and everything, if we weren't watching, then why didn't 2000 do better than 2001? Now, 2000 was my first full year of wrestling that I watched. In 99 was really the year I started, right before Russo left. But I had gotten VHS tapes, and if you want to see real wrestling done right, look at Over the Edge 98 and the entire video presentation, promo production, everything going into that match, and Stone Cold is being shown as the Rebel versus Vince McMahon and these other people who are being shown as Nazis, communists, and other negative people. And the entire concept is individuality and freedom. And of course, these people don't respect that and they don't understand that. That doesn't fit into their narrative. Now, look, you are absolutely right. There is a line we have to cross in the sand. You brought up Big Boss Man feeding Al Snow's dog at one point in that. Even at 6 years old, I saw that and turned the channel because I didn't like it. That was when I first started watching. I was about 6 years old. I did not like that product. I do not think that was appropriate. There are limits. The people making fun of Trump when he got coronavirus. I don't like Trump. That's not appropriate. There are limits to anything. But goddamn it, you try and tell everyone else what we can watch on fucking television and what we can see on a damn TV show is starting to go too damn far. And that's exactly what you did. And that's what you spent the last 10 years doing. And this is Gamergate 2.0, where you're putting your narrative and your perspective on the rest of us and you're forcing that off on us. You're the bullies and the ones telling us what we can watch on TV and buy with our fucking hard-earned dollar. And it ain't none of your damn business. If I want to watch a fucking TV show with hot chicks and fucking half-naked chicks and goddamn blood and fucking vampires and everything else I want to see on a TV show, then screw you, I'll watch it. And you're not going to stop me. And there will be a wrestling product that will rise again, and Lucha Underground was one of them. It will be like ECW, and we will watch that fucking product, and you're not stopping us. But you don't know jack shit about what fuels ratings. If you don't believe that, explain to me why it was 9 million back then, 2 million now. You lost 5 to 6 million viewers, and WWE has since they followed your fucking model about what they think is PC and fucking appropriate. I don't follow political correctness. If I wonder why, that doesn't make me a conservative or some kind of Republican or anything like that. If I want to watch a TV show, I'll watch it, and that's liberalism. That's free speech, and damn it, that's what fucking liberalism is. But you want to be so far up your ass, goddamn it, you're going to tell the rest of us what to watch, and you don't have any damn fucking right to do that, and you know it. So screw you.